Why would I want to wake up before the sunrise on a Sunday morning? I guess you could chalk it up to curiosity. You see, I've always been particularly inspired by animated films and TV shows, and these stories triggered my obsession with drawing. And among the best animators of all time is the one and only Walt Disney. I'm curious as to how he lived and worked, and maybe I can glean some wisdom or encouragement by walking in the steps of this legendary animator. According to my vigorous online research, Walt Disney often started his morning off by hitting the golf course. But as it's currently 28 degrees outside and I'm not a millionaire, I'll get my exercise in by going for a walk and enjoying the nature around me. Having returned home and changed into my uniform for the day, it's finally time to enjoy Walt Disney's favorite breakfast: eggs with toast and juice. Quite an unimaginative start for Disney, but I can't blame him too much because with a dash of creamy sriracha, this was quite the enjoyable meal. By 8 a.m., Disney would be in his office, and aside from getting a bit of other work done, I of course need to do a bit of drawing as well. Disney himself was drawing all the time, but he never boasted about his work, saying, "To tell you the truth, I was never a good artist. I was never satisfied with what I did, but it was a means to an end." And if even the great Walt Disney wasn't content with his artistic abilities, I won't feel so bad when I'm displeased with my work. Later in the morning, Disney was known to check on his staff around the office. I'll check in with the only other living thing in my apartment. And he's doing all right. Around noon, Disney would enjoy his cup of coffee, which is the first of 3 drinks he would routinely have during the day. Wait until you see the next one. It's weird. But not being a coffee drinker myself, I'll prepare something that is a little more my cup of tea. And while enjoying my hot drink of choice, I read one of my favorite Disney books, which isn't much about Walt Disney at all, but about the women who worked in his painting department. The book is called Ink and Paint by Mindy Johnson, and I highly recommend it to all animation and Disney lovers who want to learn about the women behind many of Disney's greatest films. For Walt Disney, lunchtime was when he consumed the second and strangest of his 3 drinks of the day: V8 juice. He said that too much food made you think confusedly, and instead of eating a meal, he drank this high-fiber vegetable sludge. As I've never tried this before, I figured I should really give it a shot, and I don't think it was too horrible. But it does taste like just cold tomato soup, and I can think of 101 more pleasing ways to consume vegetables. I will not be buying V8 juice again. Thankfully, Disney was also known to keep pocket snacks, which is something I can really get behind. He would keep crackers or nuts in his pocket and snack on them throughout the day. If only I had bigger pockets, I would fill them with Oreos. A glass of V8 juice is really not going to hold me over until dinner, so how about an extra snack? See, behind the camera, I've been secretly baking this bread all morning, and I'd really like to eat some. If you'd like to see my bread making process, let me know, and maybe I'll try Paul Hollywood's daily routine next time. But for now, Walt Disney spent the rest of his afternoon attending various meetings. And I may not have quite as important of a voice, but I still want to spend my time speaking with you, my viewers. So here's a sneak peek into my recording for an upcoming video. Making progress because for me, I just have no actual motivation to draw. After a long, hard day at work, it is finally time for Disney to sit back and relax with his final drink of the day, Scotch Mist. Or in my case, apple soda. A girl can only do so much. But look, I have a cute fancy glass. Disney would also relax with frequent massages. But again, I'm not a millionaire over here, so I'll enjoy the creature comforts of my massage gun that really does wonders, and I do highly recommend. Finally, Disney would end the day joining his family around the dinner table. His favorite meal? chili and beans. It makes sense now why Disney was always drinking V8 juice. Between his eggs and toast and chili dinners, it doesn't sound like he enjoyed vegetables all that much. But since I do want to get rid of all of this V8 as fast as I can, I'll use it as the base for my impromptu chili mac. Easy and delicious. I really do think Disney did all right with his daily routine. I still don't enjoy getting up so early, but he seemed fairly practical in his use of time, and he obviously did quite a lot with it. Without this daily routine, the empire of Disney would never have been built. And I, for one, am really grateful. And now that I've had a full Walt Disney day, I'm ready to spend the evening enjoying the fruits of his labor with one of the greatest films to ever come out of Walt Disney Animation Studios.